Hey Gemini, what's going on? We're here with a timeless reading. Welcome. Alright, first two cards that we have out are the Hermit and Ace of Swords and Five of Swords. This is looking like something important is being realized that you may not have been seeing immediately. I feel like this is coming from... it's feeling like an interpersonal situation, so that would indicate that this would be something that's happening with like you and another person or you and other people, like that type of thing. Ace of Swords and the Hermit is going to be reflecting about something, and you can be like trying to understand it or looking for an answer or like looking for some type of clarity, or there's like I want to spend time thinking about this, like that type of thing. Having Ace of Swords here shows that when you sort of pull back into yourself in order to do this and in order to reflect, Ace of Swords means that you find that answer. And it seems like what the answer is the Five of Swords. What that would mean is that you could be seeing a part of yourself that is coming up and that is feeling triggered, and you're like, oh, that's why I'm affected like that. Like, I'm seeing this part of myself that shows up in this way, like maybe as a way to protect myself. Or you could be even seeing that about other people, you know? Like maybe you're seeing the way that another person is treating other people. Maybe you're getting curious about this too. Like, rather than just shifting into this energy and like getting mad and now we're gonna fight, or now I'm gonna feel like resentment, maybe I can spend time reflecting more into this and understand like why this is popping up and what that means, and how do I carry myself in a situation like this. Because it might be something that you still feel annoyed with. I think that initially you may not see this as being your energy. You can perceive this as being like somebody else, like people that are treating you in a way that can feel... Is antagonistic the right word? It may not feel like it's that much on purpose. But like over here can be, this card feels like I'm annoyed at something, and like what is it that you're looking at, and it's the Five of Swords. So this can be like, why is somebody treating me like that? You know, and it would be somebody treating you in a way where it's like, maybe you see it as being disrespectful. Maybe you see it as somebody just being rude to you for no reason. It can be like that type of thing. But I think rather than just being like, that's all there is to it, having Hermit means like I'm searching for a deeper purpose. And also to have Page of Swords here, it means that there's stuff that you're learning too through this process as well. So as much as it can be like, I don't understand why they're acting like that, at the same time there can be more that you're actually getting from this. So rather than just walking away and being like, that was a bad experience, maybe you're going to use this as a learning experience of some sort, so you can gain something from this, so it can benefit you. Like that. Yeah. The way that this is coming across is feeling like somebody's doing something in a way that like you deem as being nonsensical. Like, why do you have to act like that? Why do you have to be showing up like that? Like that type of thing. Because it feels kind of like unnecessary is the vibe that I'm getting from this. You may be carrying out a conversation with this person. Oh, Five of Swords and Five of Wands can feel like somebody's being aggressive, or just, you know, it can be somebody like causing problems, or there being conflict now that has to be addressed, or it can be somebody being angry about something, or just like being in a bad mood. It's like that type of thing. If you like, I'm looking at these cards intuitively, and this Five of Swords is like setting up a game so I can come out on top of it, like that type of thing. And then Five of Wands is also like a type of attitude that feels like now there's conflict because of it, like certain things need to be addressed because of it. But I'm actually not seeing this as being your energy. So this feels like somebody, initially you would be feeling like this is somebody outside of you, but you could feel like in a way it's sort of contagious, because then it has you wanting to show up like that. So you can be seeing how when certain people do like show up in this way, or let's say like the specific person maybe this is connected with, although it can be many people that can sort of wear this outfit when they want to channel this type of energy, you can be looking at it and being like, wow, I'm seeing the way that I catch that and it becomes contagious to me, and then I go about doing the same thing that they're doing. It's like that type of thing. So having Five of Swords here is an opportunity to see where you may be feeling insecure, uncomfortable, disrespected, like those types of things, where you could be feeling internally confrontational whether you do something or not, and at the bottom of it, it's going to feel like something is triggering to you, and you feel like, well, now I need to protect myself, or now I need to show them who's boss, like that type of thing. And then Five of Wands is the conflict of like, what do I do with this energy now? Now that this has been brought up within me, what am I supposed to do with it? How do I address it? I feel like there's another part of you that is like, I wish that I could step away from this and like go out in my little garden and enjoy my time and my like peace and quiet, you know, that type of thing. Like if you look at this card on the bottom of the deck, it's somebody that you don't see them around anybody else, and they're just somewhere that looks kind of peaceful. So there can be a part of you that sort of wants to escape a little bit from this situation. This is definitely shadow work that's happening here. Shadow work meaning stuff is being brought to your awareness through this situation, but it can be stuff that's challenging to work with because you're doing like deep ego work here. Spend time sitting with this is the suggestion. The way that you initially see it may not be the way that you stay seeing it. I do feel like at first you can feel like it has nothing to do with you, and it's just like somebody else acting that way, and that there's like no other way that you could like feel or perceive this. And I think that again, like through spending time sitting with this, you're gonna find deeper meaning within it. That it doesn't just have to be something like negative or something that takes away from you. This can actually be something where you benefit from a situation. But it's benefiting from a situation that maybe you thought you'd never benefit from a type of situation like this before. It's like, how can somebody antagonizing me benefit me? And you're gonna find that answer. You're gonna find how it actually can. But initially, that wouldn't be what you saw. Initially, there's this like annoyance, like, can you just leave me alone right now, like that type of thing, or like, I don't want to deal with this, or like, oh, I wish I could just shut this out, like that type of thing is what I'm seeing. Seems like when you have time away from this, that's when the deeper reflection is gonna happen. Like when you're not in the very center of it, it's like when you take steps back from it, being able to look at it from like a safe distance is what this feels like, to really understand the message that it carries. Conflict resolution of some sort. What does this challenge within you, and how are you going to express yourself? Because I do feel like it brings up this part of you that you may want to unleash in this situation, but in deeper like inspection of this, you can feel like, I actually don't want to show up in that way, in this way that feels like an automatic reaction to this. So you could be feeling like, I don't want to give back the same energy to this situation. But you can feel like you have to work that out between yourself, because you can feel like there's a part of you that does want to show up like that, you know, and like get revenge, even if it's not that deep, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna let them talk to me like that, or do whatever it is, or like treat me like that, or think that that's okay, which there's nothing wrong with standing up for yourself, but it's like when you're just like matching somebody's energy, you're not changing anything. You're just gonna then bring the same type of thing to them that they brought to you, and then it is what it is, you know? Like if somebody brings something to the table that you feel like impacts you in a way where you're like, that doesn't feel good or whatever, like why are you also then going to return that to them? So it feels like understanding like the impact that you have when like maybe you weren't the first one that did something, you know, and this is being brought to you, but it's like, how do you transmute that then? Because I do feel like this part of you that may usually be like matching the energy or whatever, you know, whatever you feel like you need to do. But now it's like this part of you that's popping up with the Five of Wands that's like something about that like doesn't feel right now. And I feel like this is because of a like a growing awareness, a growing consciousness within you, where it's like I almost want to do that, but I almost feel like I shouldn't, or I can't, or I feel in conflict about doing that, you know? Like, so you can feel yourself in the heart space, something is changing. This can be a slow type of change that's happening. To have Neptune and to have the Sun, this can challenge a part of you where it's the line between, like, how do I show up in the best way where I'm addressing what's put in front of me and I'm also honoring myself through the experience? Because Neptune is a very, very deeply loving heart that we have. It's like, it's the higher vibration of Venus is Neptune. And so it's about like our most loving selves and how we can really be in that. And it's also about like our spiritual attunement and awareness. And it feels like something about that is sort of permeating your Sun energy. And your Sun energy is like your ego, your core, and like how you show up and how you express yourself, and also to what offends you as well, among many other things. So it feels like I'm starting to understand something. I'm starting to see certain things that I wasn't seeing before, that I may have taken at face value and been like, well, now I'm just going to return the energy. And now I'm learning that there's more of a responsibility that I have, and that something isn't sitting right with me to just do that now in this situation. So I think that there's something like mentally and energetically that's being worked out now with like, what do I give back in return? Like, you see how we're ending here with this card where it's like you're giving something. Like, are you going to just return that same old thing, or are you going to enhance the energy and like create something that contains like more of a sense of consciousness, a higher consciousness than what was given to you initially, and give that back? And seeing clearly what to do here, but only after working through the conflict that you feel. Because I do get this part of you that that can very much just want to sort of like one up whoever the other person is, but then recognizing that you would then be playing your part in just the continuation of this. And before, maybe you would look and be like, well, I don't see anything wrong with this, and now there's something that's like not agreeing with you to do that. So that's what I'm seeing is going on here. Looking at the Emperor on the bottom of the deck, this is maturity. This is you maturing. This is you growing. This is you expanding. Like, and I feel like it's one of those moments where it's like, oh, like, why can't I be in my old energy and like not be aware of this? But now there's this feeling of like, this may not be the right thing to do. And again, like, it can be one of those moments where it's like, why is my conscience snapping on now of all times? But it is, you know, you can't really help it, and it is a good thing, but it can be like one of those annoying moments where it's like, oh, I'm gonna have to do something different or something better, and like be the bigger person, like that type of thing now. But I think that this is also showing you that you're becoming like more connected with yourself, like on a deeper soul level that goes deeper than just the ego's reactions and the ego's insight. Although that's always going to be included, you're expanding to connect with more than just that. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.